In crab apple, batch has become very sensitive and is open to sensitiveness, and he is prone to the influence of sensitivity, and he had been damaged, and he had been harassed, and he had been uh, uh, witnessing so much of changes in his consciousness. Now the openness is closed in walnut. It is a protective remedy which protects which protects you from everything. The openness, the physical openness. See, very important. It is these remedies, the coming remedies. Everything is important. There is a point in the whole of uh, the mechanism of using the energy. When the energy is oozing out, whether in physical or emotional or open mind, spiritual, actually physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, oozing of energy, the openness of energy in all aspects makes us not to realize who you are and what you are. Very, very important it is. You have to keep in mind, closely watch the walnut. We are being drained physically, whether it is through the nine openings, or you are open to the body's instinct, you are open to the senses habit, open to a kind of hereditary problems or habits, a particular religion or things like that. You are physically open, then emotionally open with regard to your ideas, religion, caste, and the studies, and mental opening. You are open that because of that many things are happening and you are getting influenced. Any influence which is of greater nature or greater uh, kind or in a greater intensity will be cut by the walnut flower. Walnut is a flower called midwife flower. It is. We are also vacillating to inner steadfastness. See, uh, actually, if there is a pipe, water is opening, coming out, oozing out, and you did not close it. When you close it, before closing, it shakes, it spills, and there can be a lot of influence. When it closes, when you close it, it becomes intact. That is vacillating to inner steadfastness. So for those who have definite ideas, these people, walnut, who need walnut, have definite ideas, ambition in life, and are fulfilling them, and they are in the process of fulfilling almost 20%, 30%, 30% fulfilling. But on a rare occasion, are tempted to be led away from their own ideas. Suddenly they stop. They are led away by their own ideas, and ideas, aims, and work by enthusiasm and the convictions of other opinions of other. They are influenced by the other opinions of other, influenced by other opinions or ideas, or influence, or a stroke of violent idea, violent stopping. The remedy gives consistency or constancy and protection from outward influence. So walnut is vacillating to inner fastness, inner steadfastness. You see, go deeper into the consciousness. Consciousness goes deeper, and when the consciousness is not there, space, the the primordial state, or they call Paramatma, or you call it a kind of divine matrix. From there, changes starts. Everything is walnut in the universe. You see change. The consciousness, awareness becomes consciousness. Consciousness becomes manifesting universe, manifested universe, and manifested universe starts into five elements. and from the consciousness, first living being to six, and then awakening of consciousness in the sixth sense, and become again the awareness. See the change, the original change. We are talking about the changes which is happening. We are going to talk about it in a different way. The original change is awareness, or the primordial state, or the unmanifested consciousness comes into consciousness, then into manifesting world or universe, manifesting universe, then into five elements, then into 1 to 5 living creatures, and then it comes to sixth sense of awakening of consciousness, then it goes to primordial consciousness. So the change there, it is happening. That's why we have started telling that patch flower consciousness, it is not remedy or vibe. So it is a change in walnut, the use of word. It is constancy and determination. The batch is open physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and there is a kind of influence, and suddenly the lock comes, the link comes, and link and lock it is. Link to the universe, link to the change, link to everything. It is a link breaker. It is a link breaker. Uh, the words which is used for walnut is adaptability, change, fluidity, lucidity, flux. It is also used for a kind of a spell breaker. It is a spell breaker, we call it a link breaker. Bernard is quoting the point that um, walnut is the remedy of advancing stages, teething, puberty, change of life. For the big decisions made during life, such as change of religion, change of occupation, change of country, the remedy for those who have decided to take a great step forward in life, to break old conventions, to leave old limits and restrictions, and stay on a new way. Actually, it is a metamorphosis, it is a gatekeeper, it is a midpoint, a crossroad, a kind of thing which is happening always. Actually, from consciousness to thought, it is walnut. See the gap in vipassana, uh, or a breathing technique, anapanasati. They concentrate on the midpoint. Inhaling, they'll be inhaling, and then there is a space midpoint, that is walnut, and exhaling is a space, and then there is exhaled and no air outside, and there is a midpoint. Anapanasati, the Buddhas, in that only technique, more than 50% of the world people got enlightened, those who are practicing it. Anapanasati is inhaling, exhaling, and concentrating on inhale and exhale. While you are concentrating on inhaling and exhaling, there is a point when there is no inhale, there is no exhale, only consciousness is there, awareness is there. So, uh, another important point about walnut is man and universe is reciprocal correspondence. Universe is telling something, you are telling something. That's why Rumi is telling the you are seeking you are seeking something, and the seeking is seeking you. What you are seeking is seeking you. That is walnut. Actually, these people are very conscious of the visual impact. They are insanely following somebody else. Something entered causing damage. Something entered inside the consciousness of the body of batch. It is cleared by walnut. closed the something entered, causing damage, cleared. Walnut closed the door, which is open. Uh, doesn't return. See, very important point. Your door, you close the door, and the thing will not return, and you cannot go backwards. So walnut offers isolation where individual grow without interference of outside. It is a midpoint. Actually, you see the process of our class, that it is a midpoint. You are standing at the same point and discussing. You are not vacillating. You are not going here and there. It is a midpoint. Midpoint is a golden middle or in the center of the fulcrum. You call the balance, it's a center. It is a center. Midpoint, there is no oscillation here or there, past or future, bad or good, up and down, valley and mountain, women or men. So you are in the midpoint, and you accept the change and flux and flow. And moreover, the change is made in a healthy way by walnut. As Batch said, it is a link breaker, existential link. It is an existential link. Why it is existential? A child is born, an infant is born, and inside the womb of the mother, it is convenient, it is coming out, it is a change. The womb is the womb, and the passage where it is a midpoint. The infant cannot go back to the womb. The gate is closed. Then, which is growing, when it start walking, it cannot crawl. That phase is over. Then it runs, it cannot crawl. Then the teething is coming, it grows the teeth, and it cannot go back to the old state. And then a puberty or maturity period, it cannot be a child again. And again, during marriage, there is a phase. It cannot be again. The door is closed, and becomes a girl becomes matured and getting married and giving childbirth. It cannot be. The woman becomes a mother. She cannot be a girl again. And then there is a phase in later stage, the menopause, and then going back in the old ages, and you die. And again, dying is also a change. There is another living there. So it is a metamorphosis like butterfly. A small worm builds its own home inside, and it has an incubation period inside, and then it is becoming a butterfly. And butterfly cannot imagine that it was a worm, because it is closed. The consciousness, the process, the development of consciousness is closed. Like that, it is an existential link. That is from womb to tomb. Womb to tomb, it is a process. Then development, and the next development is, it is in the body development. You become a small worm on worm, a liquid, small liquid is a miraculous thing. It is a small solution, a red and white solution combines together and becomes a living creature, and it comes out. There is a change. The body changes, the mind changes, the hair grows, the body grows, the different kinds of organs develop. So there is a change. Everywhere it is a change. That's why they are telling that change is permanent. The only thing which doesn't change is change. So it is, walnut is giving a lot of protection. You see, everything is happening. It's a rapid speed, and you are given protection in all aspects. And then you take a religion, you change the religion, and from that religion you one religion to another religion, the total dimension changes, the mind changes, there is a stress in the mind. If you want a healthy change, walnut will do. You are learning a new language, the pattern of that language is newer language is different, and that language is different, and there is a need of a change in the mental. First is physical, then mental, and the emotional change is there, and the religion, caste, religion, nationality. You are going to a new country, there is a change, place changes, the emotional changes. A person getting married and going to a new family, there is an emotional change. Then spiritual change, that you have been following a pattern, and you are dealing with thought patterns for a longer period, and you are dealing with thoughts, and you have been uh, mm, controlled by your thought. Now you are controlling the thought, the spiritual aspects, and the change in the level of consciousness. You are doing a seven chakra, from one chakra to second chakra. It is a change and adaptability, and then breaking the convention. And every time that if there is a change, whether it is whether you accept the change or not, there is no new thing happening. There is a new thing happening every time there is, if there is a change, so that new thing is accepted in a very positive way. Then it gives protection for your soul's purpose. When these people know clearly what is the calling of their life, and suddenly there is a greater force which stops them to do things, and in that point, at that point, it is of greater use, walnut, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even socially. Then beautiful point they are telling, it is clearing the path and direction. You know definitely that I want to go to this place, it is the calling of life, and you are working on it. You have traveled to a distance, suddenly there is a block, a natural, unnatural, social, or organizational authority, and walnut clears that hurdles, the blockages, and the path is cleared, and you can travel. The nut looks like our brain. It is a signature of your brain. It is directly connected with our brain, physical brain. Every transition period of time, cutting the previous connections, very important. Divorce settlements, new settlements, and unwanted relationships, cutting it will be of greater use. These people are very much worried about their success. They want every time they want a success, over pressure on success, heightened impression ability. They are a kind of so much pressure given to impressions. They are changing it. It is a spell breaker, and moreover, you have been traveling with the hereditary burden of some ideas, or a pattern, or a kind of hereditary blockage of a development problems. And if there is there in the DNA, walnut will do. It is metamorphic, irrevocable transition. Irrevocable transition is that the transition cannot be gone back to the original place, and they call it a mental field illusion. There is a kind of mental field illusion that how you cannot be a girl thinking about puberty or getting matured, she cannot think it. A woman begetting a child, how it would be, they cannot think it. Again, the death, you cannot think it. That is called mental field illusion. When you take walnut, you cannot think about it, and you will experience at the point of time of giving birth. Anything excess, these people who are doing anything excess, over conscious of their food habits, thinking about a person, always involved in the alcohol, drugs, addictions, TV, social media, anything excess, a fad. A fad is fanatics. It is connected with blood right now, where blood is known for balance, vitality, clarity, lucidity, liquidity. Everything is connected with that. Where you know that the call of this remedy is that what is important in life, who is important. That it is always a change. Now you are having with the relationship with the person, and suddenly it cuts, and you are moving to another, and another, and you are going to countries and reading many things and following many techniques, following many gurus, and the walnut will pose question against you that what is important for you and who is important. Major questions breakthrough. It is a breakthrough question. It is like a shore, that is boat going in from one shore to another shore. You cannot go to the shore again. Farewell to all. That is farewell to all is that your um, batch's life. Batch at the point of walnut discovering walnut, he is thinking about all his life, his life with his father. There is a change he's taken. He has taken the change of being a doctor rather than a foundry merchant, or uh, he became an MBBS doctor and went to homeopathy. There is a change, and worked on nosodes and intestine taxonomy, and then he went to broke that pattern into going to flower remedies, and from 1 to 12 there is a break, and 13 to 19 there is a break, and then from 20 to 38 there is a break, and then afterwards he completed everything and he's gone. So he is thinking about, and then the questions posed against him by the authorities, by the medical council of England, and then the persons who are left him alone, whom they have whom he trusts more, and everything is a change. He When you want to accept or invite the change in a healthy and joyful manner, walnut will do progressive change. It is another major thing is the flower that helps you to break through. You are proceeding and proceeding. You know well that you are going to go. For instance, if you want to go to a place, a temple, you are proceeding and started, and the direction it is there, and suddenly there is a wall appeared, which is very huge. You are not in a condition of breaking it. Walnut will give you a breakthrough. It is a symbolism. The instance, the idea I have given is a symbolism. It can be spiritual, emotional. If you feel that a person whom you love uh, cannot be given away, there is a hurdle, that the emotional blockage is there. If you want to break it, all it will do. Link breaker it is. They know the definite goals, decision taken, but others put you off. Very important it is. You have taken a decision of pursuing spirituality or flower remedy, and many things which is interesting for you, and many people are putting you at halt not to do it. When there is a condition, you have decided a decision of marrying a girl, or switching over to a country, or switching over to a religion, or practicing something which you like, and many people are there to stop it. When you take walnut, uh, that problem will be solved. You will move on smoothly with the change. The inner fulfillment by recalling our goals. There is an inner fulfillment recalling our goals. There is a satisfaction. Many people, if you take note of your persons, friends of yours, take a note of your person. You write down in your friends and ask whether you have fulfilled your life goal, or whether you are satisfied with your life. They will not tell in a positive note. That persons needed walnut. Milestone, it is a milestone problem. Entrances and exit. You have entrances. When you enter, you exit. It is a paralyzed, a greater force. Many times we would have struggled in this aspect, physical aspect, and mental, emotional, spiritual aspects. The gatekeeper, move on. It is a move on remedy. Walnut can be used if you find that you could not find a proper remedy to all the people, to give to people, or if you find that you are in the crossroad of fixing a remedy, or which remedy to start with, you give walnut to that people. That will work. You can start with walnut easily. Uh, it is a kind of passing over to generation and generation. That is the tendency which is passing over generation to generation. If you want to cut it, that will do. Walnut will do. So walnut is the remedy of change, adaptability, balance, midpoint, and also it is the greatest protection which is given by the universe about the plant or the tree. It is called Juglus regina. Regina is royal. Juglus is Jupiter, they call it. It is connected with Jupiter, fertility, authority of knowledge, authority of prosperity. It has come from North India and also from Persia to England. Regina is regal, royal, it is called. Juglus means Jupiter walnut. God ate walnut, it is there. Uh, where young people gather that, and it is a kind of amusement for them. They were playing with that, playing with the walnut tree and walnut fruit, and also with flowers. It is used for developing stages. Whether you are taking a major decision in your life, walnut will do a greater help. Uh, Male and female flowers are there in the single tree. The male flower looks like a womb, and the female flower looks like female flower looks like a womb, and male flower looks like the genitals of a man, and it is closely associated with growth, development, new life, protection. Female grows in the axil of two leaves of leaves, and it is a swollen green bud, flask like swollen green bud, flask shaped. It is a container shape. Small feathery horns it has, and covering green tongues. It is covering green tongues. Grows out from the ovary. From the ovary, it is spilling over. Pollinated blush. When it is pollinated, it blushes. The flower blushes into oral pink, a kind of oral pink. That is subtle color changes, indicates internal transition. Chemical changes are happening. See, there is a lot of chemical happening, hormonal changes, everything happening. So female flowers are used for as a remedy. Male flowers are not used. The female flower shows the quality of change and chemical changes, and the vibrant energy of fertility, vitality, and also a kind of chastity. It is there. The colors are coming from the green color, and also uh, green color leaves, and the flowers are an oral pink color. The green fruit smells. The fruit smells fully. The inside the hard shell is there. Fleshy hard shell indicate the proper protection, good protection shell. Outer layer, but food for nut formed inside. Birds and insects cannot go into it because it is by the side of the tree. But crows do find way, and Squirrels bring the fruit, and seeds are being spread away from the squirrels. Dye making is made use of this tree. Dr. Vech made furniture out of walnut trunk and timber because it gives protection. It is costlier than oak, 4 times costlier than oak. In Mount Vernam and Well Springs, he has used it for furniture and also painting. Uh, and the painting penetrates and changes the whole nature of the furniture. That is the painting, the dye derived from the tree. The fibrous root, it has got fibrous root. The seedling roots stay with it with the and get gives vitamin. It has got fibrous roots. The seedling roots stay with it and get nourished. There is a seedling, and from the seedling the roots are gathering, and it gives nourishment and energy to that. And the roots indicate the past also, the physical world. Uh, Purple bronze leaves are there. During spring season, it becomes a kind of spot is there, and golden spots. It looks exotic. Uh, it attracts you in an exotic way. Tannins, oils, volatile oils are derived from it. It has a strong odor. Animals are don't animals don't like it. The roots are poisonous. Poisons indicate isolation and indifference, and shield of protection from others. Protection from others. It is a shield of protection from others. Nothing can grow near it. Near the tree, walnut tree, nothing can grow. Smooth bark and green bark. Changes shown in the trunk. More open in network. More open in network. It is very a kind of accepting the network. Again, like elm tree, it is a link between nature and man. It takes you back to nature. When a young man has to plant as many as walnut trees to get a bride, it has a subtle pattern. When the when new leaves open, the oil evaporates and smell the aroma and find the walnut. When the new leaves open, there is an oil excretion coming out of it. Without seeing the walnut tree, with the smell of the walnut tree, you can reach there. There is a smelling tree. It is. Next, Gallica is a Latin word connected with love marriage, and fertility. Uh, it is the walnut is called Nux Gallica in Latin, which is connected with love, marriage, and also wedding and fertility. Walnuts or Wells nuts. Walnuts is a name derived from for walnut. Actually, walnuts means foreign nuts. It has come from foreign, from Persia, so it is named as walnut. Walnuts meaning is foreign. If you beat the walnuts, walnut fruit, it will grow much stronger. Very important point. See the gesture, the doctrine of signature, the gesture of the tree. When you beat the walnut fruit, it gives a strong nut. Likewise, when there is a striking or stroke or a kind of bombardment on you, you are growing. Wood costly than the oak, and the Queen Anne is very much interested in furniture made by walnut. During 1702 to 1714, that age is called walnut age of walnut. When you are having a manipulation in spinal area, walnut is of greater help and gives you strength. So actually, spinal cord is a third leg as far as Indian culture is concerned. We have two legs. Another leg is the spinal cord. It needs strength. Walnut gives the strength to you, and these are things which is very much about walnut. Walnut is a remedy of mm, brain, remedy given to brain. If the energy is drained in the brain, so much of concentration you are doing, Walnut will do a change of topic. You can also give a person who is studying 5 or 6 languages or 5 or 6 subjects from one language to another language. If they are shifting studying, while studying, you can give Walnut. The wholeness is that clear vision of self transformation. Everything is a change. Everything changes. When you are happy, happy will change. When you are sad, sadness will change. So you need to be in the midpoint, not vacillating for happiness. So much involved in happiness, so much suffered during sadness. So it is a midpoint. If you want to have a midpoint, if a balanced middleness, Buddha call is golden middle. It is actually Walnut is golden middle. And at that point, kind of that point, the world is in that period only, the golden middle period, and it is going to be a greater transition all over the world physically. The physical geographical changes will be there, emotional changes will be there, financial changes will be there, social changes will be there, spiritual changes will be there. So there will be a lot of changes. To cope with that changes, Walnut will be of a greater help, so that we can adapt with the situation. We can go with the flow in a fluid way, in a lucid way, and live life in truth and harmony. And the message of Walnut is that always follow what resonates true to you in your heart. Always follow what resonates true to you in your heart. What is true to your heart, you follow it, and you will be uh, a person of flow, a person of cosmic connect, the person of a person who is involved in fulfilling the mission of his life. So always follow what resonates true to you in your heart, not with the pattern of the family, not with the pattern of studies, not with the pattern of society, not with the pattern of your gurus, not with the pattern of your books, holy books, so called holy books, not with the pattern of flowers and the pattern. No pattern is necessary. The true, what your true self tells, you follow it with your wholeheartedness. Okay, this is Walnut.